Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Now, last week, Charlamagne and I were doing a story. Angela Yee was out in Saint-Tropez.
Yes.
And Charlamagne and I were confused with different things that we can say, different things that we could talk about when we were talking about transgender. We were talking about a story from Malik Yoba, who's here. And he called me and said, Envy, I want to come and I want to have a conversation.
It's not about coming out. It's about stepping up and saying, yo, black man, when Mr. C, when people want to shame Mr. C, or they want to shame Eddie Murphy, they want to shame Teddy Pendergrass, they want to shame folk because of their association with folks. I just felt like, who else is going to be willing to put a target on their back?
I don't think Eddie Murphy ever stepped up, though.
No one has. No one has. That's my point. Oh. That's my point. And I don't want to be long-winded here because we got a lot of guests. But
the conversation came because I guess you did an interview and out of the interview, it said that you were attracted to transgender.
Right. And you know what? So my first experience, I was 16 years old in the club. I meet a woman named Carmen Extravaganza. I had no idea who she was. I just saw this fine Puerto Rican chick in the corner. And we start talking, and she opens her mouth. I was like, wow. And I leaned in. I was like, who are you? Where are you from? And that was the beginning as a 16-year-old. You go, what the hell does that make me? And there was no language. Who do I talk to? Because you talk to your boys, they're going to clown you.
Right.
You're like, yo, what do you mean? I'm like, no, but this is a human being. Like, she said some really interesting things. I make a post, and people think it is their responsibility to call me gay. Which I understood.
Which there's nothing wrong with.
I agree.
Right.
I agree. But it isn't me.
What do you consider yourself?
What do you consider yourself?
He's a cisgender man.
No, I asked him what he considers himself.
I guess straight, based off.
You guess? So there's a gray area there.
No.
What is
you just said yes. You guess.
You guess.
You guess.
I guess I'm straight.
I'm straight. But here's the thing. So let's
don't know what you know until you know it.
There might be another word for it.
No, but here, let me help. I'm not comfortable taking on the term of queer because I don't think there's anything queer about me. I live in a world.
It could be a political stance.
It's a political stance.
It could be a political stance as well.
So I consider myself a heterosexual male that loves women, period, end of story. I'm not attracted to the male aesthetic. I am not attracted to men. There's black men out here who are loving trans women who are afraid to stand up and talk. I am your guy, okay? I can't tell you, I've never had thousands of Instagram fucking DMs from all over the world. Russia, Philippines, Brazil, London, Canada. Famous dudes hit me up. Yo, Malik, I don't know how you did it, bro. I don't know how you did it, but please. So back in the day, where I would have to go to find out about the trans community was to the balls. People could listen to this. They can watch the video. They can go online. They'll still be like, yo, fuck you, faggot.
Right, they will.
And so we know we're not doing this for them.
Right.
We're doing this for one of the people that reached out, a friend of mine. Actually, I used to date her, Dominican chick from uptown. I haven't seen her in about 7 years. She hit me on the gram with a picture of her daughter, who's less than 10. It used to be her son. It's very painful when you sit in this eye of the storm and people come for you. And when you talk about the black women, I'm talking about black men, like my fraternity, well, my former fraternity, I'm going to blow them up right now. Phi Beta Sigma. We had an executive director that was murdered like that young woman you're talking about. He was gay. He was running for public office in Louisiana. Because we don't have a culture, even within an organization like Phi Beta Sigma, that slogan is culture for service and service for humanity. You have a gay leader who has to then go and live in the shadows, make poor choices based on that. And he was murdered like that young woman. No one stepped up.
As brothers.
And as brothers. And so as I've gone through my storm recently, those brothers didn't step up for me. They stepped away. And so and they publicly acknowledged that.
Well, they said something publicly? I didn't
They
see that.
did. They went public.
Malik, a lot of brothers in New York, I heard it this week, they was like, we always knew Malik was into, trans women?
Trans-attracted.
Trans-attractive. And they was
That's
like,
because so were they. That's how they know.
And it was like, no big deal.
That part. You missed that part.
Yeah.
And it was like, no big deal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, whether people know or not, I mean, it doesn't. It's what does that mean? It means I love women. Yeah, everyone knows Malik Yoba loves women. Malik has had a lot of women. I love women. Period. In the story. And I can tell y'all, I feel like the freest nigga in America.
That's good.
Well, that's why most people hate us, to be clear.
Let me tell you something.
That's why
Let me
most
tell
people
you
hate
something,
us.
bro.
Yeah.
You know, that was the one secret in my life. The one. That was it. No other shady nonsense. That was it.
That's not even
It was important to me because I feel like a lot of trans men are left out of this conversation.
And we haven't said much about gender
We don't talk
binary
about
people.
that or gender binary people or any of that stuff. And it's so anyway.
But
I just thank y'all for giving.
I think it's important.
I love black
There's
gay men.
parallels.
I just
We know.
they're hilarious. They're smart. I just do. I don't know what to tell you.
I think they're all different. It's not a
And I'm also a little confused because a lot of them call me sis. So I don't know if it's because of cisgender.
No, sissy. They call you sissy. That's short
No,
for
that's
sissy.
not right. No, that's got to be a slur. Don't stick up for me. Don't let him talk to me like that.
It is. No, it isn't.
Thank you, Malik.
Yo, it's beautiful. Thank you.
All
Thank
right,
you,
it's the Breakfast
everybody.
Club. Good morning.
Awesome.